Hey, what's going on? So somebody asked me about how does the airport queue work? Well, I'm going to show you right now. This is Fort Lauderdale Airport. As you can see, those are the amount of drivers that are here now. So you find out where your waiting lot is for your riders or your drivers. And once you enter the queue, you'll see where you stack up on your respective platforms. Some might only be X or Lyft shared, X shared. Me, I'm coming in on XL, Lux Black XL. So it's telling me now that there are 17 XL riders or cars ahead of me. It will always show you how many are ahead of you on the lowest platform. It's never going to show you the shortest wait platform. It's always going to be the lowest platform. Now, one thing you got to understand is all airports are different. All airports are different. They have different amounts of flights that come in, and they have, not every airport's going to have all of these options. So basically, it's pretty simple. Once you find your airport, once you enter your queue, it's the same thing on Uber. Uber's going to tell you, they do it a little differently. They do it in increments of 5 vehicles. So if you're an Uber X, it might say 1 to 5, 55 to 60, whatever that is. But it's going to be up to you to determine how quickly these cars move out and on what days. Travel days, Wednesdays are the worst day of the week for travel. It's the slowest day of the week for travel. So Wednesdays might not be a day you want to do the airport. Sundays for me have always been pretty good after big events. And last night, not too far from here, we had The Weeknd was in concert. Plus there was a reggae concert out in West Boca. So, plus there was a Monster Jam event over at the Florida Live Arena. So there was enough stuff going on last night to, to wear drivers out. They work late. Anyway, so I wanted to expand on this a little bit and let you know how my Sunday went. Actually, the weekend wasn't bad. But yeah, let's just talk about it real quick. So I got that first request. You guys know I went into the queue at 10:30. I got a Lux request out of there at about 12:15. Now, remember what I said that you have to kind of gauge how long it takes to get vehicles out of the queue. So I've got it at about 15 XLs between Uber and Lyft, 15 XLs an hour, 5 Lux/Premier an hour, Black XL or Black XL, Black Lux XL and Premier SUV at about 5 an hour. So it took almost 2 hours to get that first ride. But when I got it, it took me down to Miami. And then from there, I dropped those folks off. I immediately got pinged up for a Lyft XL. Okay, you can see that. That brought me all the way back to Fort Lauderdale Airport. They were leaving. It's like, all right, cool. That works, right? So I got ride going down and the ride coming back. It doesn't happen that often, but when it does, it's awesome. Then as soon as I dropped them off at Fort Lauderdale Airport, I got rematched. This is all Lyft. I got rematched, and these folks were going to West Fort Lauderdale, an area we call Davie. It's Davie Plantation. Anyway, so at this point, you can see the time, 13:57. I dropped them off about, that was 2 o'clock. Dropped them off about 2:30, 2:40. It wasn't a long ride. So I decided to go get something to eat. I looked at the queue. Queue was still pretty steady, nothing crazy, but worth going back to. So I grabbed something to eat. So I got back there about 3:30. And, if you don't have Flight Radar, here's an example of Flight Radar, right? You can get the free version. You can go in there and filter it specifically for the airport you're looking for. Obviously, this isn't from that day, but with Flight Radar, you can tell if there are going to be a lot of flights coming in within the next half hour to an hour. And knowing how your airport flows in or out, you can kind of gauge how long it's going to take for you to get a ride. But if you got a tight window like this, it's going to move a little quicker. But if you start getting spaced out, like these flights, you know you're going to be there for a while. It might not be smart to go. So I knew I was going to be there for a while. But here's the thing. It was Sunday afternoon. I wasn't burning any gas. It gave me a chance to catch up on a lot of paperwork, so to speak. Check out some YouTube videos and, just like relax. So about 6:15, got a request. Lyft XL going up into North Boca. That paid $45 plus a $15 tip. Very good ride. And then on the way back, I didn't expect much, but I knew I was going to cruise. Caught a little 1 mile trip. That went nowhere. Paid $5, no big deal. At that point, I was like, okay, I've been online 9.5 hours. But in this 9.5 hours, okay, this was 20, we'll say 25, 50, 65, 85. We're going to call it 90 miles I put in that day. Now, 90 miles at 23 miles to the gallon, I burned 4.5 gallons of gas. The occasional start the truck up, turn the truck off while it's kind of warm outside, just cool the truck down. So I did 90 miles of fuel in 9.5 hours, but my grand total was $200.41 for the day on 5 rides. The airport worked for me on Sunday. This is not typical. This is atypical. You can see what I did on Saturday. I got in 10 rides, all Lyft. Here's the funny thing. Remember, I told you guys in a couple videos ago, I tried the X stuff on Uber. Now, I don't know, but that algorithm must have said, well, you know what, Vinny, since you're willing to take X rides, we're not going to feed you any XLs or Premiers because we know you'll drop down. I truly believe that algorithm knows that, and it will try to force you down. Because I went out Wednesday, zilch. I went out Thursday, zilch. Friday, I got 2 little XL rides on Uber that went like a total of 6 miles, 7 miles. So no money, no nothing. Saturday, all day long I had the app on, no requests. And I was getting pinged out of the airport on Lyft. So, but Saturday I was everywhere. Like I worked the port in the morning. I know I said I worked the airport Saturday. I didn't work the airport Saturday. I was all over the place. I was burning fuel hunting rides for 12 hours. And I took a 3-hour break in between my day. I worked the morning, then the afternoon. So my point is I did 430 for the weekend. No X, no Lyft Basic. As you can see, 10 rides on Saturday. Sunday, even though I made $30 less, I worked 2.5 hours less. And I only burned up 90 miles. Just food for thought. Anyway, if you got any more questions, let me know. And anything you need, I'm here. Peace out.